they dropped the $15 minimum wage, right? Again, I'm sure you're not surprised. We all saw this coming. They got the relief bill passed, okay, this 1.9 trillion relief package, which is supposedly, supposed to make you jump for joy, throwing a few crumbs to the peasants. And of course, they dropped the $15 minimum wage. So let me just show you the votes here, right? They got 50 yays, right, in the Senate, and 49 against. Okay, so 50 to 49. And I want to show you here as well, in the House. Look at that. You got no Republicans voting for it. None, right? In both cases, no Republicans. But look at the Democrats, okay? So you got 219 voting yes, 2 against, okay? And you got 210 Republicans voting against. So look at the difference there. That's seven votes difference. Okay, 7 votes. Keep that number in mind because I'm about to tell you why that's important. So this relief package that was meant to save you, I mean, they screwed you. Let's be clear here. Originally the $2,000 checks, which is a scandal in of itself, it turned into $1,400. Right? $2,000, $1,400. I mean, this alone is a scandal of the highest, the highest proportion. So if you look over here, they also reduced eligibility. Okay, in case you weren't paying attention, they've reduced the threshold for when the checks phase out. Okay, so over here they say that in the House version of the bill, the direct payments phase out completely for individuals earning $100,000 or more in adjusted gross income per year, $120,000 for single parents, and $200,000 for couples who would get double the amount, $2,800. The Senate is reportedly changing the limits so that no individual earning over $80K and no couple earning over $160K will receive one. What is the result? An estimated 12 million fewer adults and 4.6 million fewer children would be eligible for the third stimulus payment, and an estimated $12 billion shaved off of the 1.9 trillion relief bill. Okay, so there you go. Those are the two first scandals. They lied to you about the check. It's not 2,000 anymore. It's 1,400. They've lowered the eligibility. Okay, they've screwed over 12 million American adults and 4.6 children, and then on top of it, they've removed the $15 minimum wage. Okay, so you remember at the beginning they were saying, "Oh yeah, we can totally get this passed. We're gonna try our best, and we're gonna try and do this through but we're gonna try and do the whole bill through budget reconciliation." And I told you, I warned you, they're lying about the $15 minimum wage. I told you they're gonna come up with an excuse not to do it, and here we are, right? So you can argue that that's Biden's fault. It is, right? It is his fault. He says he doesn't want to overrule the Senate parliamentarian, which technically Kamala Harris would do since she's the presiding officer in the Senate, right? She can overrule the Senate parliamentarian's opinion that the $15 minimum wage is not allowed through budget reconciliation. Okay? But they didn't want to, even though the Senate parliamentarian's opinion means nothing. It's not legally binding. It's just advisory. But then what do you say about the people in Congress? Okay, what about the squad, right? What about the progressives? What about the progressives, man? They got elected, they took your money, they scammed you and got into power, and they promised you that they would deliver Medicare for all, that they would deliver $15 minimum wage, Green New Deal. Not one of those things has been passed or achieved, not one. And they could have done it. So you remember that number that I was telling you about just now? The number 7, right? Look at that difference over here. 7 votes. 7 votes. Can you find me 7 progressives or so-called progressives, supposed progressives in Congress? Yes, you can. Sure. Of course you can. The squad, just the squad alone, you got 4 right there. All right, you had Pramila Jayapal. She's the head of the Democratic Party's Progressive Caucus, right? You can add Ro Khanna, right? I don't know, Cori Bush, Jamal Bowman. Are we gonna add what's his name again? Richie Torres in there, the little Zionist. I mean, you can find 7 votes, right? You can find 7 people. who can come in and say, hold up, I'm not voting for this shit because there's no $15 minimum wage. You either put the $15 minimum wage back in this bitch or it's not going through. Do you understand that? Do you understand, Mr. Biden? And now you might be thinking, well, why would they do that? They can't do that. Oh, really? Well, how come Joe Manchin just did that? You're telling me Joe Manchin, who's one senator from West Virginia, was able to twist Biden's arm and force him to remove the $15 minimum wage, but 7 progressives in the House can't do that? What does that mean? The whole strategy behind electing these people was that they form a bloc, right? The whole strategy is that, oh, we have to increase their numbers so that they can do shit like this. This is how you play politics. Why aren't they doing it? They know goddamn well that they're supposed to do this because they fucking said they would. Do you remember this? You remember this from AOC? You remember in December, just 3 months ago, when people were saying you need to force the vote for Medicare for all, you need to threaten Nancy Pelosi with her speakership, right? Because again, that was razor thin. You remember I covered that was razor thin, how she got reelected as Speaker of the House. You need to grab her by the balls and you need to threaten her speakership. You tell her she forces a vote on Medicare for all or you're not voting for her as Speaker. They didn't do it. They all voted for her. They all fell in line like ducks and they voted for Pelosi. And they said at the time, look what they said. This is AOC. Look what she says. She says she doesn't agree with the strategy, right? Oh, there's not enough thought given to it. You don't understand, right? She says here, in contrast, you can use leverage to push for things that can happen and change lives. For example, a $15 minimum wage. A $15 minimum wage vote in the first 100 days. Doable. Elevating longtime progressive champions to important positions of leadership. Also doable. So she's told you, she said this, look, December 12th, 2020, she's telling you, no, we can't play politics. We can't play hardball with Pelosi on Medicare for all because we need to wait until we're in a better position so we can give you maybe something else like the $15 minimum wage, which is doable in the first 100 days. Well, here we are. Here we are. It's the first 100 days. They had an opportunity to grab Joe Biden by the balls, to grab the Democratic leadership by the balls, to play hardball with them on the $15 minimum wage. The exact same goddamn thing that they're talking about. Where was it? Where was it? Why did you vote for this fucking bill that doesn't have the $15 minimum wage in it? That lowered the eligibility for Americans who can receive the check? That lied about the check. You said $2,000. Now it's $1,400. You people are fucking frauds. You're scammers. You are scam artists. You are frauds. You're fucking liars. And goddamn, even a child knows that politicians are liars all over the globe. That's what politicians are. They fucking lie. They lie 24/7, 365 days a year. Every single one of them. Right? Of course, you have mild exceptions. These ain't it. These ain't it. Look at the fucking lie, man. And you know what she just posts, like just as I went live right now? Look what she posts. She's blaming the Republicans. She's blaming the Republicans. Look at this shit, man. She says, this week in Congress, Democrats passed a $1.9 trillion COVID bill, a $1.9 trillion COVID bill to deliver stimulus checks with dependents, cut child poverty in half, extend the $300 unemployment, prevent cuts in state and local services, the largest ever investment in Native communities, etc. The GOP, the Republicans, took a week to read the cat in the hat. Yeah, that's a really interesting way to frame it, right? That's a really interesting way to frame it. To deflect all of the criticism and all of your critique onto Republicans. See, there's no mention there of, oh, we lied about the $2,000 checks. We lowered the eligibility. We removed the $15 minimum wage, which we said we would try to get through. But then we did nothing to overrule the Senate parliamentarian. We did nothing to twist Joe Manchin's arm. We did nothing to stop the bill without the $15 minimum wage in the House, right? No, we did nothing to put in assurances at the very least that the thing would not be, would not go to the Senate where it was removed, where they removed the $15 minimum wage and then come back to us and we pass it. Right? Nothing. And you still have people who are making excuses for this shit. They just keep drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. They're like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. They're fighting for us. Yo, man, when are you going to wake up, man? Wake the fuck up. Come on. Stop playing yourself like that. These people are on Team Pelosi, right? They're on Team Biden. They're riding with Biden, man. These people are careerists. They're not doing shit. They're not playing politics. You're telling me Joe Manchin has more balls and more power than them? Really? You're gonna let Joe Manchin, you're gonna let some lone senator from West Virginia get away with this shit? Really? You're telling me he's more powerful than the president, the Senate parliamentarian who's an unelected, official in an advisory role is more powerful than the president? Why the fuck did you elect Biden then? You could have just left Trump then and tried to maybe sway Joe Manchin and the Senate parliamentarian, right? If they have so much power, right? What was the point? Why did you talk about the presidency being such a threat in the wrong hands if it's a powerless office to hold? Oh, they're so full of it. They're so full of it. They're such liars. Unbelievable. And it's not just AOC, right? We're not just gonna talk about her. I mean, by the way, this is an excellent point. All this that I'm telling you right here, when I'm going back to AOC's tweet, Colin pointed this out, right? Habibi, he's the one who mentioned this, right? It's so glaringly obvious. I mean, but he referenced the exact tweet, right? He says, so AOC and the squad, you lied. You didn't push for forced to vote in December because you wanted to use your leverage for Fight for 15. And you didn't flex your muscle at all to push for it to be added to American Rescue Plan. I hope essential workers remember this. #Fraud Squad. Absolutely. 100%, right? And we knew they would do this. We knew they would do this because that's what they do. They lie and they justify, this highway robbery of the working class. They passed the CARES Act. They fucking robbed you. They gave $2.2 trillion to corporations, to Boeing. Then they did the HEROES Act. They gave millions to dark money groups and lobbyists who already earn millions as part of small business money. They screwed you every step of the way, and they give you these crumbs and then pretend they're working for you, right? So here you have Pramila Jayapal saying, "We'll take the win." We'll take the win. What win? So Representative Pramila Jayapal, the leader of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, said Monday that she didn't think the changes pursued by Senate centrists were good policy or good politics, but minimized them as relatively minor in the grand scheme of things. Oh yeah, sure, man. Doubling people's wages, which would still not even be enough because they need to be doubled again to adjust for inflation and worker productivity that has skyrocketed. Meanwhile, they get crumbs. Yeah, that's just a minor. It's just a minor thing, man. Right? It's just a minor issue in the grand scheme of things, right? Wages, delivering on campaign promises. Yeah, it's just minor in the grand scheme of things. That's what they think of you. They think you're cucks. Ultimately, given the makeup of the Senate, the House is always going to be more progressive than the Senate. That is actually our job, to make everything as progressive as possible in the House, and then when it goes to the Senate, to know that there are going to be some changes. We'll take the win. We believe it's our work that made it as progressive as it is. No, there's nothing progressive about it. Where's the $15 minimum wage, you motherfuckers? You could have put Medicare for all in there. You could put everything you wanted. They're not gonna do it, man. Look again. Don't tell me that they can't play hardball here. Don't tell me this nonsense. Look at this shit. Look at that. 7 votes difference. They could have held up this bill if they wanted to. This was a must-pass bill. Do you understand? Do you know how embarrassing this would have been for Joe Biden if this bill had not passed? Extremely embarrassing, which is why he placated, Joe Manchin, which is why he essentially let Joe Manchin twist his arm. If you want to believe that story, I don't think that's true because Joe Biden didn't even bother lobbying Joe Manchin. He didn't even call him up. He didn't even try to say, maybe we should keep the $15 minimum wage. Why are you being a dick over here? Cut the bullshit. No, it's nothing. He didn't even try lobbying him. He didn't even try. Do you understand that? Because he's fine with it. Not because he's an idiot. No, because they're fine with it. And now these people want to tell you that they're doing their jobs and that this is progressive. Really? No, progressive wouldn't have been to have some nuts because you got elected to grow a spine in the Democratic Party and, stand up to people like Pelosi, to Biden, to the old dogs, right? That's the whole point. Why is AOC a firebrand in the first place? Because she unseated Crowley, who's the number 3. Not because she goes on Twitter and says, the the Republicans are reading the cat in the hat. No, you weren't elected to give Republicans heat because any old Democrat can do that. Anyone can do that, right? You were elected, you got elected because you know how to give Democrats heat and you wanted to deliver on some progressive policies. Where is it? And not just her, all of them, right? So they're trying to make this out to be something good, right? Oh, we cut child poverty. Oh yeah, by screwing over a million by taking away their checks. Yeah, that's definitely going to help. We lied about it. It's just, yeah, this is very progressive of us. We were absolutely 100% honest, and this is just, it's unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable how they are mocking you. They're mocking everyone to their faces, and Ro Khanna over here, okay. Look at what he says. Anything below a $15 minimum wage. And he has this picture of Oprah from her interview. Dude, first of all, your memes, they suck. Second of all, why did you vote for the goddamn relief package if it doesn't have the $15 minimum wage in it? I mean, why did you allow this to happen? Why did you allow Joe Biden and oh no, my bad, Joe Manchin, right? He's the big baddie in this story, in this fable. Why did you allow them to get away with this then, right? It's all talk. They're just good for talking. But when it comes down to it, when it's crunch time, they're never going to stand up to Pelosi for her speakership. They're never going to stand up to Joe Biden and, hold up his must-pass bill. No, they're not going to do that. You're dreaming, right? They haven't even said anything about him bombing Syria. Never mind, $15 minimum wage. So, I mean, this is, and look how they're trying to whitewash it and reframe their lying, their robbery, their fucking theft. They screwed you. They stole trillions from you and gave it to corporations. I mean, this CARES Act that they pulled off last year, this highway robbery, is a scandal in of itself. I don't even know how these people are. I don't even know how this government is still in power. I really don't. Right? It's all one big gang. I don't even know how these people are still there. And they're still trying to frame this pack of lies as something good, and also claiming that it's the Republicans who are useless and doing nothing. I mean, this is insane, right? They're all part of the same gang, if we're being honest, right? They're all playing on the same team. It's this, they're playing catch with the ball while the working class is just running in the middle trying to grab it. They're just playing with you. They pretend to be on opposing sides. It's just an act. It's all theater, right? Unbelievable. It's frankly unbelievable. I mean, I feel sorry for Americans. I really do. How their government is just shitting on them. It's quite. I'm speechless. I mean, let's not be. Let's not kid ourselves here. Every government is corrupt. Every single government in the world is corrupt. But this is another level of evil. This is another level of corruption. This is just, it's right there out in the open, and people just they allow it to happen. And then they celebrate these figures as progressives and continue to defend them. This is indefensible. I mean, you're looking at this. Sorry, I closed out the window. There you go. You're looking at this and you're telling me they couldn't have done anything over here. You're telling me they couldn't have done anything for Pelosi's speakership. Really? Really? Again, even if you want to believe this nonsense, you can't see the math here. What about in their discourse, in their rhetoric? They can, at the very least, publicly, embarrass Joe Biden, hold him accountable, scrutinize him. No, they won't even say that. What use are they then? What use are they? Anyone can trash Republicans. Who cares? Wouldn't he just send you to DC to do that? Any Democrat can do that. Unbelievable. And then you know what's going to happen, right? They'll come up, maybe if you're lucky, you'll get some more crumbs. Because I mean, if you look at the count thus far, not only have they lied to you about the $2,000 checks, they've still given you less than Trump. I mean, what does that say? If Trump has given you more, this orange clown has given you more, and they've screwed you over already like this. Just imagine what the rest of the presidency is going to be like, right? Can you imagine what's going to come next? If you even get a second bill, a relief bill, they're going to be like, oh, it's too close to the midterms, and now we can't compromise so much. We can't. We can't give you so much. We have to compromise, and work on bipartisanship, which means absolutely nothing. It's all one big club. It's disgusting. I'm so done with these people, really.